It's clear that we are ready to take this to the next level, and you have the first opportunity to lay your eyes on this today.
HydroDiamond has greatly increased my confidence as an esthetician because of the consistent results.
You know, this is much better than the other device that I did. I love this. I don't want to do the other technique.
That's right.
All right. So I'm always going to come at you with a good question to make you think. So what would you still need to know before deciding whether Dermalux Ultra belongs in your treatment room? I want you to answer that question to yourself. I want you to put it in the chat, because we're going to have a panel that we're going to be talking to our incredible Zemits providers. So I think it's time. I think we need to talk to them. We need to hear about their experiences with the HydroDiamond technology. We have questions that are coming in live in real time, so keep them coming on YouTube, keep them coming online. It is time for us to talk. So I'm going to give you a brief introduction at some just truly remarkable, not only professionals, just people in general. There's no coincidence that big hearts, big talent, and vibrant personalities are what we attract here at Zemits. And David Ciado is certainly at the highest level of representation of that. He is a licensed facialist. He is one of our beloved Zemits ambassadors. He's clinical expertise, holistic skincare, innovation. He's the creator of the organic skin face. He is a provider, voice for treatment, room confidence. Come on in, David. Welcome, welcome. He is an absolute all-star in every capacity. So we're so excited that he's joined us today. And also Niara, we gotta have some Brooklyn representation in the house. My New York girl is coming. She's amazing. Corrective skincare, HydroDiamond protocol educator, Brooklyn-based estheticians, over 10 years of experience. She focuses specifically on corrective skincare and then the Korean techniques. I'm telling you, give me all of your wealth right now. I need it, I love it. She is an expert educating around specifically also acne and PE HydroDiamond protocols. She's phenomenal. And Giesi Chacon, founder of a professional aesthetic community and training programs. I'm gonna say quickly about, she's amazing. So we were chatting this morning when we were waiting to hop on our Ubers here, and she said, listen, this is even as an ambassador aside, this is as an esthetician with over 20 years experience, right? We talked about this. She said, this community, Zemits, is the only community that she's encountered that is a family, that is there morning, noon, and night. This symmetry is not an accident, it is intentional. And that is how we distinguish ourselves. She's incredible. Speaker for Kasmara from 2017 to 2020. She's official Zemits representative. She has several degrees, even though it's not in her bio, she does. Master of Communication, Master of Science and Digital Marketing. And also these before and afters are no joke. We're gonna get deeper into all of these, but these are their real results that are just phenomenal. So with that being said, welcome my incredible team. I have some questions coming in live. Don't you love technology, how we can really just, you know, in real time take our finger on the pulse? Because as Olha so eloquently said, this industry is changing every single 24 hours. So that's what we do, is we stay on top of it. So I have some questions coming in here right now. So I will start with Niara. I think this is a great question. So before HydroDiamond, it's hard to even imagine a day before that, right? What was missing from your specific treatment menu?
So before bringing HydroDiamond in, I feel like I was trying to look for something that was able to bridge the gap between relaxation and correction. Clients come in, they want a relaxing facial, but then you also have your set of clients that come in and they want results. So how can I still provide those results while still giving that relaxing environment, you know, without having it seem too medical, as I'd like to say. So I feel like HydroDiamond did just that, where HydroDiamond is able to provide the works. It deeply cleanses, exfoliates, removes impurities, and also hydrates the skin, all without compromising the health of the skin. So if anyone knows me, and if you follow me, I literally say that healthy skin is, that's a must. And that's first within my treatment room. So I feel like HydroDiamond creates that space where I'm still able to give so much without having to create unnecessary trauma to the skin.
I love that. That was really an epiphany for me as you're saying this, because I go back to my days of really intense treatment, and I always knew that it was gonna be a traumatic experience. Like, I have to go through this harsh peel. Hopefully on the other side of that, I'm gonna look okay. And she's saying, no, both can happen,
At
and
the
that
same time.
is certainly
Yep.
because of HydroDiamond. Well
Yes.
said. All right, Jesse. So what made HydroDiamond feel like this was the right fit for your specific practice?
Well, to be honest, in my experience, in my years of working as an esthetician, was like maybe this is like we repeat this word, but it's game changer. Sorry, it's a game changer first because you can combine the beautiful technology of dual diamond with the HydroDiamond. I love that combination because you can treat even the most sensitive skin to the most healthy and normal skin. So we can create great protocols, and that's why when I saw that technology, when I use that technology on my patient, also they can feel it. And they told me, this is new, this is different. They know, the people know, so the clients know, and that for me was a game changer in my business.
Wow. Well, listen, the words game changer were invented for a purpose, right? For when something is exceptional. So this is what I'm hearing has given her a wide range to treat incredibly sensitive skin to people that are just looking for that natural upgrade. And so it's giving her versatility in that moment. So you're not having to grab for something new or reach out. And that's what we always have in mind with our technology. So that's incredibly helpful. Also, I'm so excited. So we have, of course, our massive Latin American community that we absolutely adore. I have some Latino blood as well, but I don't have the linguistics Espanol skills of David. So he's going to answer in Spanish for our viewers at home. So we have a question for you. How did you first introduce HydroDiamond to your clients?
No tuve que ofrecerlo. Yo creo que con los before and after se vende solo el tratamiento. Yo creo que contamos con la bendición de que Zemits es una marca que ya la reconoce toda la industria y solamente el nombre Zemits nos vende el tratamiento, con resultados, con calidad y con el nombre. Entonces definitivamente con un buen before and after tenemos absolutamente todo para que el cliente decida venirse con Zemits.
Wow. Well, so it shows the results, and it's literally proof is in what you see. We can speak it, but you of course need to be able to do so. But to show somebody, it gives them hope. It makes them feel that trust that we talked about is what we're all ultimately selling before even a product or a service. Beautifully done. All right, back to my Brooklyn girl. Did you build a new treatment package or a signature service that was just specifically built around HydroDiamond?
So yes, I did. I actually created, HydroDiamond is my signature service, but just for a tip for estheticians that are just starting out or are pretty confused with their menu, what I actually did to make things easier for me, I created a new client consultation with the HydroDiamond service. So anyone that comes into my treatment room for the first time, they're able to have their experience with the HydroDiamond technology, which I love. It's a perfect way to introduce it, get the device used, and to actually just showcase the technology itself. HydroDiamond is completely customizable, and you're able to pair it with a bunch of different modalities, like cryotherapy, oxygen therapy, LED light therapy, things that we all also have in our treatment rooms as well. So that flexibility and that variety had just created a new a bunch of opportunities for me. It's just a lot going on. It's a lot of creativity that I'm able to use within my treatment room, and it's just very customizable. So it's suitable for anyone that comes through the doors.
Wow.
So that's what I like the most about making it a signature treatment. It's something that you can always go back to, even if you're someone that likes chemical peels or microneedling. If you need just a reset or just a refresh, you can always go back to your HydroDiamond, our beloved HydroDiamond.
So I'm getting several really wonderful tidbits from this. Is that first and foremost, she obviously had to, for the first time, say, I'm going to take the time to just introduce HydroDiamond on its own. And clearly she got the results for it to be part of her service to say, here's this time. So that's confidence in that they're responding and that it's worth that time. So that says a lot. Also, it's kind of like the best friend that brings out the best in everybody, right? It's like it makes every other treatment better, regardless of where it's from. It's only going to amplify. It's not going to impede or work against it.
Yep.
That, I would believe, is an incredibly important aspect that you would need as a practitioner. It says, okay, I'm going to bring in this service now, and then it's going to, we can't use this? No, that's not worth it for your time. But HydroDiamond gets along with everyone. So I love that. That's good stuff. All right. So what changed in the client experience after you added HydroDiamond, Jason? What would you say?
A lot.
Well said. Yeah.
To be honest, a lot, because with HydroDiamond, it's just do HydroDiamond technology is an experience. To be honest, because every time I finish, I need to record this when I do in with a client, because the final words when I finalize just to do the HydroDiamond, they say I feel my skin clean, and like when I lose a lot of weight.
Oh, wow.
Like lighter, you know.
Right.
And that sensation they always told me when I finish just the HydroDiamond part. Wow. And for me, it's like, as I say at the beginning, it's a game changer, because the client feel it. When you perform correctly, the technique, and also combine, because all the other things that I love from Zemits and the devices, the technologies that allow us to create VIP protocols for everyone. So you don't do like the same treatment for the same client or every client. So as an esthetician, you study the skin, so you know how to create combination and how to treat every skin that lays down in your massage table. So for me, as I say at the beginning, it's a game changer, and the technology change, just apply the HydroDiamond technology, changed a lot, and the clients feel it. Just that experience changed everything.
Wow. I mean, it's clear. I mean, you can just hear it in her voice and in her passion with this. When you have a part of your repertoire that is just so powerful, it gives you that confidence to go to the next level. And what I'm really hearing too, and correct me if I'm wrong, that this is really non-invasive, right? But with big results. Is that that's
correct?
That's just what is so important to me. I can't say it enough that I always felt that you had to go through a certain level of pain or being out of commission.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
That's true. Also, when other experience that my client said is like, "Are you seriously doing extractions?" And I say yes, and I show them.
Yeah.
And I show them the tips, like, "Oh my God, I don't feel pain."
And then when you show it, they're like, "Oh, when you show me the mirror after, I'm going to be in trouble." And you're like, "What?"
Exactly.
Yes.
It's incredible. And so that is an asset. And then also, I love what you mentioned, the VIP menu, because I'll have this great experience with you. Then numbers don't become an object anymore, because the results are there. If you tell me you have something that's going to make me look better, I'm going to mortgage the house to get that thing done. And so that's what's important, to have that in your technology.
Exactly.
So
Also, I have this is a good experience. I have a lot of clients, but I have one of my clients. She goes to the most expensive spa and everything.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name the brand. I'm not gonna name the brand, but she told me, this is much better than the other device that I did. I love this. I don't want to do the other technique.
That's right.
You can't say it any better than that.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave it on that, because that says everything you need right there. Thank you. All right, David. So how do you explain HydroDiamond to a client who has never heard it before?
Easy and simple. Es no el típico facial para limpiar profundamente la piel. Esto es el punto de partida para empezar a darle salud a tu piel, para tratarla, para darle un tratamiento a la piel, no para el típico facial que te hacen una extracción y limpian la piel. Definitivamente, HydroDiamond empieza a tratar la piel para revelar una piel mucho más saludable.
Wow. So what I've gotten from that is that it is something that is going to give extraordinary results, but it's simple. It's not overly complicated in terms of what they're going to experience. Would that be partially right in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like to the point of start.
Yes.
To create great results and a healthy skin. That's pretty much what he was saying.
Amazing. Well, clearly his skin speaks for itself. I'm like, just give me whatever he's doing. I'm good. All right, next for Niata. So, what changed in your confidence as a provider after using HydroDiamond?
I would say that HydroDiamond has greatly increased my confidence as an esthetician because of the consistent results it's provided, like it's produced for my clients. So that's when you know something's working.
Yeah.
You're just constantly doing it and your clients are seeing the results that they want to see. I feel as if, estheticians, we never want to overpromise.
Yes.
But then it's very reassuring when your client is able to get out of the treatment bed, look in the mirror, and they can see and feel a difference. So it's not only reassuring for them, but it's reassuring for me as an esthetician because it's telling me that I'm doing the job right or I'm giving her what she wants, So yeah, I feel like that it has increased my confidence in that aspect. And also, HydroDiamond has also made me more comfortable in treating different skin types, different skin concerns because it's so flexible. Like I'm able to build, rather than having a protocol for the same protocol, let me say that, the same protocol for every single client that comes in, each facial is literally customized. Someone can come in with an extremely impaired barrier and let's say I'm not able to use the dual diamond. I can still alternate and use my silicone tip with that, and then maybe towards the ending of the facial, for those that know, I am specializing in Korean skincare. I have a healing treatment for the client's barrier, so I'm able to still give them that gentle exfoliation while still having that recovery that follows after. So I guess it just gave me that confidence in learning how to pivot, just problem solving.
Yes.
And as estheticians, that's a huge role for us, learning how to problem solve. When someone comes in with a concern, our job is knowing how to fix it, how to help them. So I feel like it has definitely increased my confidence just as an esthetician overall.
So much to unpack there in a great way, but no, it's wonderful because what I'm getting the sense is that even in those moments when you know your stuff and you're an expert, there still are decisions that need to be made in a split second. And it's really reassuring to have a piece of technology that you can rely on. It's like having that right hand right next to you that is going to help.
Correct. Having, don't get me wrong, having the right tool, having the tool gives you confidence, but it's really not about the device.
Yes.
It's about knowing how to use the device intentionally.
Yes.
I can have the HydroDiamond, but then what can you show me?
Yes.
The client's okay, you have this device. What does it do?
Yes.
So knowing how to actually use it, that's where our confidence comes from as an esthetician. How we're going to use this for this specific client. That's where that confidence comes from.
Wonderful. And also at home, just to even hear them speak, you get an idea of how it is to be in the treatment room with them. And they're all such a variety of experiences, but just so personal. And so that comes from the years of experience in creating that.
Right.
And even as you were talking, I picture myself in a consultation. Now I got to book a trip to Brooklyn.
Right.
Because I'm just I want to be in her hands and in that. And so that's also something to think about. So it all works together. It's the great technology, it's the passion, and it's the experience that you create. Thank you. All right. So what changed in your business after HydroDiamond became part of your menu? So you talked a little bit about the VIP, so the pricing, the packages, the booking, the repeat visits, or even just the client's overall interest. What would you say? How does that impact it?
Revenue.
Let's talk about it, right?
That's what everyone
Let's talk
wants.
about
right?
it. Yeah.
The revenue, yeah. Because when you show a consistent results, your clients always, okay, when I come back? When is the next time?
Yes.
What do you
3
want me to
weeks?
do?
Yeah. Yeah. Is the revenue also confidence?
Yes.
Confidence.
Trust. Yeah.
The trust, that's true, the trust. They start trusting in you because as soon as you're in your first treatment, you show them what is the result, they are going to be there. And
Yes.
also the experience.
Yes.
For me, it's always the experience. And the service, the attention we gave them, for me is that, the whole experience. And HydroDiamond, you complete that experience.
Wow.
I can say that not only HydroDiamond, I can say that also with the other technologies that Zemits offers, you can bring to your patient a good experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
100%.
So
yes.
this backs up that what we've been saying, and in terms of what we're offering today, the Dermalux Ultra, or our existing technology as well is that it just pays for itself right out the bat. It gives you that confidence, it gives you more versatility in the treatment room, and you have that support because Niara mentioned about the education as well. And so we make sure that we're not just handing off a device, we're giving you the tools and how to execute, and then you get to pop in on the Avalon Forum with all three who are just going to be giving you that education. So we really have not left a stone unturned. All right, David, can you share one real client moment where you realized that HydroDiamond had changed the way you work?
En el momento en el que mis clientes me empezaron a pedir el tratamiento con nombre propio. Yo quiero el HydroDiamond. Y en el momento en que amigos de mis clientes venían a pedirme el HydroDiamond. Ellos reconocen ya el nombre, ellos reconocen el tratamiento y reconocen la tecnología, y lo que crea este reconocimiento en ellos es el resultado, definitivamente.
Yes. So he says like the moment that the client came to David and say, I want the HydroDiamond.
That's
The name.
Yes, that's
they
how you know.
remember the name, they remember the treatment, so they know the HydroDiamond is the treatment.
I couldn't said it better myself. When they come back and they're bringing it to the table before you even mention a service,
Yes.
that's it. Wonderful. All right, so I'm going to have all of you answer this question if possible. What advice would you give to another esthetician or spa owner considering HydroDiamond? And where's their camera that they should look in? I want them to speak directly to the camera when they answer this. In this camera right here? Live? Yes. So look at that camera and we'll just go down the line. We'll start with David, Niara, and then Chiesa. Let's start there and answer that question. What advice would you give to another esthetician or spa owner considering HydroDiamond?
Definitivamente es la mejor inversión que puedes hacer para elevar tu práctica profesional al siguiente nivel. Míralo como una inversión para ofrecerle tecnología. Lo mejor que tú puedes hacer es prepararte en esta industria para hacer la valoración correcta, pero una buena línea de skincare y una buena tecnología llevarán tu práctica al siguiente nivel. Así que mi recomendación es, ve por eso porque hace parte de tu evolución profesional en esta industria.
So, a piece of advice, I have a lot to say, but I'm going to say one thing. I would say when investing in this technology is to look beyond the device. You know, the eyes, as soon as you see a device, it's like a kid in a candy store, so it's easy to just say, I see this device and I want it. Try to look beyond it and think about the fact that you're investing in the actual the education behind the technology and the physiology of the skin, and also creating an experience around that device. You know, the clients are paying for the device, yes, but they're also paying for your expertise and your skill, you know? So the HydroDiamond, it's versatile, yes, but the true value comes from what you're able to do with it, the results that you're able to provide for your clients, and just the client experience that you're able to like provide as well. So I say look beyond the device and just think about long-term what it does for you as an esthetician, and that confidence that it provides. And that's exactly what Zemits does. It's a community. I've learned so much. One thing I learned in one of my first jobs at Nike was to be a sponge. And I have literally soaked up so much information from all of my peers and my colleagues and fellow ambassadors. And it's amazing. There's just so much to learn. So just always keep an open mind when investing into these devices. Just think about the long run. Think about the education behind it that you'll be able to learn and apply to other aspects of your treatment room, not only just that device.
Well said. And last but not least.
Thank you. So I will say, look, taking the word from Niara, because it's true. It's not just only buy the device or I have the money to buy a lot of things. It's just think about this, it's a relationship. So when you buy the device, you are assuming a relationship with the company. So I always ask for what is the support? What is just to buy the machine and that's all, and then you say goodbye to as a client? No. So one of the things that was, I will say, fall in love with Zemits, because I started using Zemits in 2017 was the first time I knew Zemits as an esthetician, and was the continued education. The support is not just to sell you the device. It's not to make you like spend money. Yeah, you are going to spend money. It's not a spend, it's an investment that we honestly do when we get or obtain any technologies from Zemits. And I always say this, is the support, the amazing support, the amazing education. So for me, it's like a relationship, and when you are going to acquire or take a device from any company, that's the first thing that I ask. What is the support? What is the education? So it's not just like, I have the money, it look pretty, I'm gonna have it. No, study the company, study the technology, and then decide. But with Zemits, we have all.
Wow. I mean, it's really is astounding. I want to thank all three of you for your time and for your insights. I mean, it goes without saying, it's an integral part of their practices, and it is a community, and it is like a relationship, and it's one you fall in love right away. You go in heavy, and the support is just there. I concur 1000%. Thank you so much for your time. Say your social medias, each one real quick, so we can follow your personal journeys.
David Ciaro.
My own is nude.skin by Niara.
And here's Chacon.
Thank you so much. All right, let's keep it moving. We're not done. We've got more exciting moments for you. So the technology becomes valuable when it changes the treatment room. So Dermalux Ultra is the next chapter, and it's clear that we are ready to take this to the next level, and you have the first opportunity to lay your eyes on this today and to reserve your space in line. So you're not only buying a device, it is clearly much deeper than that. You're stepping into our environment, into our world of support, into our educational atmosphere, where we're gonna make sure that you never feel alone in this journey, and that you are armed and equipped with the best in the business. I'm telling you, we truly put our money where our mouth is. It's true.